a game tonight. It's the Tar Heels and the Seminoles in the ACC as we bring you to the Donald L. Tucker Center here in Tallahassee, Florida for a showdown between a couple of teams that are off to very good starts. Dick Vitale all fired up. He's here. I'm Carl Ravage. As rare as the snow is, how about Florida State being a 1-point favorite over North Carolina? They all went through their shoot-around saying, we got a chance to make a statement tonight.
Well, they've won 27 games in a row here. This is their home facility. You talk about North Carolina, both clubs really can score. Better than 85 a game. North Carolina has a dynamite duo, Mr. Berry and Mr. May. If the Seminoles are going to win, they have to contain them. And they better get on the glass, Carl. They did not rebound at all against Duke. Means the Bagley just swept the glass. If they're going to beat North Carolina, they got to neutralize them on the glass.
Mr. Bagley's going to do that to a lot of teams. This is the ACC on ESPN. Luke May, one of those guys who are having a phenomenal year when it comes to rebounding. This Florida State team of Leonard Hamilton is a very, very good shooting team. And typical of a Leonard Hamilton team, they will get out, they will play defense, they will push the tempo, and we'll see some high-flying dunks tonight as we get set for this matchup between FSU and North Carolina, the defending NCAA champion.
Tell you one thing, toughest guy in the house right now has got to be Leonard Hamilton. He had kidney surgery this morning, had a kidney stone removed, and he told me this morning, he said, nothing will keep me away from being on that sideline.
No, as he said, I did what I had to do to be here. That's Terrence Mann. Alley-oop and a flush out of the gate for Ike Obiagu.
Obiagu right there with that dunk. Unbelievable look diagonally to make it happen. As that man-to-man defense, they'll pressure, they'll come after you, they'll try to harass you.
Luke May all the way to the rack, can't get it to go. The offensive rebound, no. And Florida State will push. So they got a chance with the offensive rebound, but couldn't convert. We're going to get an offensive foul call on the drive on C.J. Walker.
He was a little bit out of control. There's a look at Leonard Hamilton. A lot of people don't realize this, but since 2005, they're the third winningest program in the ACC. 1, Duke, followed by North Carolina in a very close battle. And number 3, you got the Seminoles in terms of wins.
Right. Leonard Hamilton's been here since 2002. 3 from the corner, and that one falls for Kenny Williams.
Kenny Williams really has improved his ability to shoot the basketball. Came in with a big-time reputation, struggled shooting, but this year really has taken it up a notch.
This guy here, Brian Angola, has worked on his shot as well. That one a kick, high arcing shot, way off the mark from Phil Kofer. And Berry to May, who beat the defender down the floor, but it goes out of bounds.
You know, Kofer made 6 threes against Duke. And you talked about Angola. Angola made 5.
Roy Williams over 400 wins at both Kansas and North Carolina.
Sitting right next to him on his left, Hubert Davis. He can stroke the ball, man, when he played. On his right, Steve Robinson, former coach here at Florida State.
No, a lot of contact, but no foul call. This man hit the deck.
Man is a slasher and a driver. Didn't have a good game against Duke.
Pinson misses another offensive rebound, and an air ball thrown up there by the freshman Garrison Brooks.
That's an area, they got 3 guys that try to share that position with Carl, that post.
Yep. 3 freshmen. Garrison Brooks will get most of the playing time. Sterling Manley, who will probably get the second most minutes, and then Brandon Huffman. 3 freshmen, big guys, and this is a little different North Carolina team. They're so used to having veterans when it comes to being big. Not yet this year.
There's an article today by Joe Giglio in the News Observer about the fact that they went to small ball, and that really helped them against Wake Forest.
Well, the 3-ball misses. Florida State, 1 of 4. Carolina, 1 of 5 to start. And the steal for the Noles, and the push, and man ahead of the field lets it to go.
Tell you one thing, he gets the reverse layup. They're going to run, baby. This is going to be an up-tempo game. Both clubs score 85 points for a reason. They're very efficient offensively.
One of the things Carolina wonders is, where do the points come from? Of course, Justin Jackson here last year. Talk about losing points. Florida State lost a bunch of points. A couple of the guys in the NBA now.
Well, Bacon and Isaac. Yep. Bacon was the 40th pick out of Charlotte.
Kenny Williams, a little floater. So they are having success on the offensive glass.
You know, both clubs really emptied out with some quality players. You mentioned, you know, Meeks and Hicks and Jackson all gone for certainly North Carolina. On the other side, you look at Bacon, Isaac, they're all gone as well.
Xavier Raython Mays.
Yep.
Angola, he got fouled, and that's going to be 3 shots as Williams banged into him.
Angola was out here this afternoon shooting by himself. After the shoot around, everybody left. He was in here working on his shot. He made 5 threes against Duke. There he is right there as Angola gets fouled on the shot. Going to get 3 opportunities. Played at Findlay Prep. Played in an outstanding program down there. We produce a lot of good college players.
Angola is from Colombia, and his mom got a chance to see him play in person for the first time this year earlier, and then saw the Duke game in person. His sisters for the first time got a chance to watch him in person as well. And now the Angola family is wondering when, because they get one more trip. He says we can bring it back. Is it going to be for senior night? Is it going to be for graduation? It's obviously a burdensome flight and trip from Colombia here, so they're debating which time they're going to bring Mom back.
Mom's going to be very proud. I spoke to him before the game. Really nice young guy. It's that man-to-man defense. Nothing fancy. Pressure the basketball. They got to make sure they contain May. May can score in a variety of ways, inside, outside.
And Theo Pinson, not Joel Berry, is really the assist guy on this team. Berry's a scorer, and he launches one, and it goes off the iron. That's on a good box out.
Yeah, Berry's not a typical, what you call a prototype point guard. He's going to score points and score. They've had point guards over the years like Felton and her jumper at the foul line. And Marshall, you think about Lawson, those guys who create and opportunities for a lot of people. Berry's going to really look to score.
Trent Forrest, he's in the game, so is Fiondu Gavin-Gelly. He wears 25.
They'll go to their bench. They're a very deep team.
Carolina will as well, as May frees himself and lays it up and in.
He does a great job getting position, understands how to play. He may go down as one of the great walk-ons ever to play.
Right.
I mean, he was a walk-on, this guy. You talk about earning a scholarship. He's no walk-on now. He may walk on to the All-American team.
He's averaging a double-double, 18 and 10. Another guy that now feels healthy. Kofor goes to the rack, and he gets fouled on the floor.
Now, Kofor had a lot of injuries first 2 years. He's having a solid year now.
Florida State up by 2. Ravage, Florida State, North Carolina. Florida State up by 2, 9-7. Take a look at Florida State's season summary so far. They got off to a great start. They were outstanding last year at home. They went 18-0. Leonard Hamilton's 16th season as a head coach. A lot of folks don't remember that he actually coached in the NBA for a year, the Washington Wizards. He's at OK State and University of Miami. They started the year 9-0. 8 of their 9 wins were comfortable wins by 15, but now we're in conference play, and this is a chance to make a statement against a good Carolina team.
I'll tell you one thing, they made a statement against Florida.
Yeah, they did.
Florida, a real good basketball team who beat Texas A&M the other day. And I'll tell you one thing, they dominated the Gators, dominated.
Cam Johnson into the game. He wears 23, the Pitt grad transfer, and there's a foul line extended jumper that drops for Trent Forrest.
Trent Forrest can shoot the ball. They got a number of guys that can make shots. Very tough to really prepare for them because so many guys can hurt you.
Ooh, May missed a layup. He had great position and a good pass that he got from Johnson.
Yeah, they really had the great angle. Cameron Johnson's going to be a great addition to this team.
Offensive rebound, rare one for Florida State. It doesn't go, but that's an offensive rebound for Florida State. It'll send Forrest to the line.
Gonna watch this little jump shot right here. Forrest, nice little jumper, good arc, good touch. Tell you one thing, they got great chemistry. I was told by people on the inside that this team has much better chemistry than last year's team. No egos involved. They all like each other, love playing with one another. I saw that today after the shoot-around, how they all gathered together and stayed and shot even longer later. Hey, my friend, I want to really congratulate my partner right here. You know what he did to get here? This guy, his flight was canceled in Charlotte, but you couldn't stop my guy, Rafi. He got in the car and he drove better than 3 hours to Pensacola.
Nothing was keeping me away from this game. Not from working with you. No chance.
From Pensacola to get here to Tallahassee.
Easy ride. Shoot-arounds, no problem.
You get the award, man. You and Leonard Hamilton.
Yeah, he had a kidney stone removed. I didn't go that far. Brandon Allen in the game, number 40 for Florida State as they move the ball, and Berry launches a three and splashes it down.
He can score. Last year, you can remember dramatically the great performance in a championship game, played with a bad ankle.
He locks up Allen, and a good job by a little pushing and shoving from Allen and Berry.
Berry did a great job stepping out. A little switch. North Carolina does a lot of switching. You're going to see right here, they're going to reverse the ball, swing it to Berry, and that's a shot he loves, right on the top of the key.
Talking about pregame, that's all Joel Berry did pregame. He and Jalik Felton. He had Felton run out at him, and he just kept launching threes just like that one.
Tell you one thing, Felton's really come along lately, getting better and better, always able to pass the ball. That's great vision, but now it's improved the score.
Luke May's three a little too strong, and that ball after contest goes out off Florida State. We'll see Jalik Felton. A lot of folks with North Carolina say, as far as talent goes, he's got the most of anybody on this team.
They say his passing ability is incredible. His uncle was pretty good, too.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Raymond Felton could play a little bit.
Yep, he was terrific.
Sterling Manley into the game. 2 fouls on Garrison Brooks. Johnson, did he get away with a walk? Finger roll, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Florida State.
You know, Johnson was an interesting story. Came from Pittsburgh, 5th year. At first, they weren't going to release him. They finally did the right thing. The kid graduated, and the rules say if you graduate, you can move on.
3 ball from Angola goes down.
It's Angola's strength. He can make the 3. He can make the 3.
15-10 Florida State.
Defensive transition is big. They wanted to walk right there.
Great pass. Big man laid down a good pass, and that set up May, who a couple of times now has gotten open behind the defense.
Yeah, May's really getting great post position inside. They got to beat him to the basketball. Not doing a good job defensively, keeping the ball away from him. Manley made a terrific pass there with the left hand.
Yep.
Dropped that bounce pass. Manley right here is going to make that good pass. Use that bounce pass right inside the May, who can utilize either hand. Those 3 big guys are going to get better and better. They're not going to be one-and-done players. They're going to be back in school, and you watch how they develop when you talk about Manley and certainly Brooks and Huffman.
Andrew Platek in. He was the defender on that 3 ball, and Florida State keeps it alive. Another guy that can shoot, MJ Walker, number 23, Florida State. Man, wide open, buries the 3.
Wide open looks. Roy wasn't happy in a Wake Forest game. He thought Wake Forest had too many wide open shots. Danny Mandy's club was leading 69-65 late. Small ball they went to, played in terms of small lineup, and they went on a little run of 17-6.
Johnson, blow by. Whoa, he missed the dunk. Rebound. And a good up and in, and we're seeing the size of Sterling Manley playing a role here.
Yeah, nice play by Manley right there on the offensive glass.
Quickly down the other end, Angola picks up the offensive rebound. This is the pace Florida State wants to play at.
Angola had 23 and 8 against Duke. What about that performance by Bagley? 32 and 21. Wow, incredible.
Bagley and Carter are men, aren't they? They're men.
Wow. Talking about great performances. But what about our guy, Trey Young? 39 and 14 assists in a 1-point win on the road.
Another offensive rebound. We talked about that at the top. We're starting to see them dominate the offensive glass as Sterling Manley picks up another one. We'll take a timeout.
Take a look right here. Big 3.
And the battle of the boards being won by the team in blue right now. Although the scoreboard doesn't reflect the rebounding prowess. They're down by 6, but North Carolina made a living last year on the offensive glass, defensive glass as well. It got them to a championship. Roy Williams in his 15th season. It's a good story that Leonard Hamilton said. He said, look, I was assistant at Kentucky. That was about 25 years ago. I scouted them then. They're the same team now. They're big. They rebound. It's Carolina. And Luke May this year has got that double-double going. Their 2 losses, a Wofford sort of shocker, and Michigan State was a blowout 63-45. We were at that game, and we thought this was going to be a tight one. None of that happened.
I'll tell you one thing, that Wofford put him on a map, man. Wofford, you think there was a little jubilation after that W?
No doubt.
What a ride that must have been going back to their campus. You know, you mentioned rebounding. There, right there's the rebounding totals. You look at the offensive rebounding. Carolina dominating in that area. They're 4th in the nation right now in rebounding. And the bottom line is they average 44.1 rebounds a game. Last year, the margin was 12.3. Their margin this year, differential on their opponents, is 12.6. And that's without Hicks, and that's without certainly Meeks. I mean, it's amazing. Roy prides himself on getting his people to play on that glass.
Right.
Same with Tom Izzo at Michigan State.
Sterling Manley out of Pickerington, Ohio, the freshman, has played 3 minutes. He has 3 offensive rebounds.
Those are all big plus numbers for them. I mean, he's a young guy. Anything he gives him right now is a plus in that hole.
M.J. Walker, C.J. Walker, not related. That's the lefty, and that one goes down for C.J. Walker.
He was a big-time high school player, originally committed to Purdue. By the way, Purdue's got an outstanding team.
Turnover, Johnson trying to pick from behind. Won't get it, and C.J. Walker kicks it out to Angola. Here's Walker. Back-to-back threes.
He loves that spot. Same spot. Right in front of Coach Williams.
Florida State 4 of 8 from three-point land. They've opened up a 10-point lead, and off the miss, they got a chance to add to it.
Very quick, very athletic.
Walker, bad pass.
Yeah, tried to make this spectacular play, wasn't there. Pinson almost had a double dribble.
Almost rolled his ankle, too, but he finds a cutting Johnson.
Nice move, Johnson. The way of Pittsburgh, Marco Polo. Hey, Pinson leads them in assists.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets 6 assists a game. You talk about a guy that's versatile, a guy that helps you in many ways. He lost a lot of time last year, injuries. Came on strong at the end.
We'll show you some numbers that quantify just how valuable Theo Pinson is. Walker draws contact and gets it to go. He's got 8 here in the last minute.
Walker played in high school with Trey Lyles, former Kentucky player who's now playing for Denver and doing a great job. Played at Arsenal Tech down there in Indianapolis.
Jalik Felton throws up a 3, and that doesn't go.
Not a good shot right there. No patience.
3-ball Angola. No. And the rebound right back to him. We'll try it again. That one goes.
Can't give him 2 opportunities to get a shooter. You can't give him that second chance. Oh, they love it here in Tallahassee, baby.
31-18.
And the students aren't even here. They're not in school now. They're having a ball here.
Foul on the floor.
One thing about North Carolina, I was talking to Roy before the game. Just like Duke, they take everybody's best shot.
Right.
And you know what's amazing to me? He has 828 wins, Roy Williams. 7 consecutive years, as you watch the drive by Walker, 7 consecutive years in the ACC with a plus winning margin on the road.
Impossible.
It's unbelievable.
Hard place tonight, the way that C.J. Walker is playing. Pinson on the inbounds finds May, who kicks it to Berry. And his 3 is way short, but May open underneath, blocked. And a run out. Man, alley-oop, too high. Florida State on an 11-2 run. They tried to bring a little thunder there with Gavin Gelly, but he couldn't go up that high to get it.
Gavin Gelly is the nephew of Mutombo. They're also missing the big guy, Camacho.
Yeah, they don't have Chris Kumaje, and when Kumaje comes back, he's 7'4".
7'4", and he's gotten better and better and better. He's normally their starting center. Is that with a foot injury?
He's in a boot now, but he had sneakers on today, and as Leonard said, look, I can play through a kidney stone. We're not going to push the fractured foot, but he's going to be back real soon. Berry right by C.J. Walker, and that finger roll, which is really what helped them win the game against Wake the other day. We see it again.
Tell you one thing, he scores multi-ways. He can drive the basketball, shoot the 3, the medium-range shot, free throw line.
slashing to the hole. Berry, he got fouled.
He's got that scorer's mentality. He's a different kind of point guard, but he's a winner.
Next Saturday, ESPN, a couple more ACC battles. 1 o'clock, North Carolina, number 8, Virginia in Charlottesville. Is that you?
Yeah, we'll be down there. Bob Wischusen and myself, and Kim Belton on producing. Can't wait. That'll be a good matchup.
That would be so. The nightcap game, Duke, the number 2 team in the country, will take on NC State. That game is in Raleigh. And how about the weekend we saw in college basketball? I mean, what a weird weekend. There's no unbeatens anymore. 4 top teams lose.
Well, you saw, for example, Villanova went down to Butler. Three-point shooting killed them. TCU lost a heartbreaker. Did an incredible performance. One of the best maybe in many a year by Trae Young. He accounted for 67 points of their 90, and they won by 1. They won by 1.
You remember Steph Curry. Is he as good as Steph Curry at this age?
I'm going to tell you, man, he's special. That's all I know. Curry obviously is great, but this kid could be player of the year this year.
Jump ball, and it'll go to Florida State on the possession. Yeah, he's player of the year right now, right?
If he's player of the year, it'll be, again, the only school that's ever had Heisman and player of the year prior was Oklahoma with Bradford and with Blake Griffin. It could be, again, with Mayfield and with Trae Young.
How about the football games this weekend?
Wow. Well, Alabama's defense was suffocating. I think when it's all said and done, Alabama will be national champs. I mean, Saban's the best coach in all of college football, just like Krzyzewski right now has to be the best in college basketball for what he does, not only with Duke, but what he did with internationally. The guy on the bench there is pretty close to by the name of Williams.
Roy Williams.
Unbelievable what he's done.
Luke May launches a 3. He can hit the 3, and he does.
I love his game. I mean, I love a kid. He wasn't a McDonald's All-American, wasn't a superstar out of high school, just like you think about a Tim Duncan and a David Robinson, but they made themselves players. Work, go out there, have that belief, confidence.
Another 3 and a great Kofor. Arcing shot drops.
Tell you one thing, Kofor really is having a strong year this year.
Over 50% from three-point land is Kofor. May's a 45% shooter from 3. We got ourselves a three-point shooting contest. Kenny Williams gets one to go.
That was created by May. Penetrated the gap in the defense and found Kenny Williams. Whoever makes the commitment to play defense, Carl, is going to win this game.
I mean, they just had a 193 game, did Duke and Florida State. We're on pace for another potential 100-point performance.
You score 93 points on a road, you're supposed to win.
Yeah.
But Duke wouldn't let him. It was 93-93, and Bagley was just in another world. He'll certainly be right there in the talk for player of the year as well.
You like the 3. You like this game, Dickie.
Yeah, it really is. It's an exciting game. I'm going to watch Williams right here. It's May with the big 3, and then Williams comes back with another 3. And May created it. Kenny Williams, nothing but nylon.
Florida State's tightened it up on the glass. They're now 13-13 rebounds with North Carolina. 6 of their 12 baskets Florida State have come via the three-point shot. Here with my friend Dick Vitale, Carl Ravitch. Good atmosphere. What do you got?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, really an exciting time here. No question. They got a team to be proud of. I'm really excited about our gala. We're going to be honoring Leonard Hamilton as one of our guys, along with Mr. Greenberg and also Jim Harbaugh. There it is, the flyer, May 11th. And we got that red convertible. I told you look great in that car. Just go to dickvitaleonline.com, people. You go there, you can get a chance on that car, $100 donation, and it helps kids battling cancer.
Now they set up an alley-oop, Dickie V, not to interrupt the gala, but they had the alley-oop set up, except the defense was there like they knew it was coming.
Tell you one thing, they had a 13-point lead, Florida State, but North Carolina's cut into that with a couple of 3s.
Another alley-oop.
Not there at all. He telegraphed that baby.
Back-to-back bad passes, and now a chance for Williams to bury a 3, and he does. They had a 13-point lead.
Well, you know, Pinson with the great look right there, the hook pass to the open guy. He's got great vision, and he looks for his teammates, very unselfish, Pinson. That's how you win games. You have people that play as a team.
13-3 run for Carolina. How about the philosophy? Roy Williams, when they're putting up big numbers and going on spurts, he's not prone to calling timeouts, and yet now his team's played itself right back into it. Everybody can launch 3s. If Gavin Gelly's making threes, Dick, we're going to see 100 tonight.
Tell you one thing, he's got a nice stroke though right there. He goes inside, outside as well.
5 of 10 from three-point land. Doesn't take a lot of them, but he makes half.
That's pretty good percentage,
No
50%.
kidding. May, a little jump hook, no good.
May didn't have a good angle there on that shot.
Angola, high arcing three, nothing but nylon.
The threes are flying, baby. The threes, they're raining threes here, nothing but nylon. Both clubs. We got a shootout, man. It's going to be an exciting game, right down to the wire. I really believe it.
13 threes combined by both teams in this game. May misses a short one. Gavin Gelly clears the board. Good take that time. We didn't think about the three. Forrest banks it in.
Forrest with a nice drive to the goal. Gavin Gelly's giving him a real lift off that bench.
A game of run so far in the first half.
A spurt right here by the Knowles, negating that spurt by North Carolina.
And a turnover. Pinson throws it away. But the three-point defense that Carolina has to improve on. If that's Florida State's MO, you got to get out there and guard a little better.
Well, that was their concern against Wake Forest. Wake Forest did a great job getting open looks. You got to get right up and face. These guys can shoot the ball.
Last 1 minute, 41 seconds. Florida State's got an 8-0 run.
They're very explosive.
Why not? Gavin Gelly, no good this time, but an offensive rebound and a long one to Kofor. He fires up. That misses. How about Florida State doing some work on the boards, but a run out for Carolina. Williams. In the corner. Got it.
I'll tell you one thing, Williams really has improved. He was a big-time high school scorer. He has really improved. He's had a little knee problem this year. Seems to be healthy now. 4
of 5 from three-point range. A 50% three-point shooter this season out of Midlothian, Virginia.
A nice fake.
Nice fake and a little push shot from Trent Forrest, who's had a nice game.
Forrest did a great job creating space with that ball fake. I'm really impressed with Williams.
Berry looking for a foul, won't get it. Little offensive rebound. Another one from May. He puts it in. Back-to-back offensive rebounds. Brandon Huffman, who's into the game, had the first one.
Tell you one thing about May. When May gets his hands on the ball around the basket, you can almost count it's going to be converted. What about his big shot last year? One of the biggest ever at North Carolina to beat Kentucky. Right up there, Michael Jordan's shot.
No doubt.
National title.
No doubt about it. We'll take a timeout. Florida State got 44 points, and most of them coming via the three ball. Thank you very much, guys. Dallon's right. They've made 8 threes. So 24 of their 44 points, Florida State, have come via the three. Brian Angola had 23 against Duke, Dickie. He's already on his way to a big night. He's got 14 points.
Tell you one thing, Tom Crean just mentioned about coming out, closing out on the three. They're not doing a good job in terms of matching up and finding these three-point shooters, North Carolina. They got to do a better job defensively.
Forrest got fouled as he drove hard to the basket.
I'll tell you one thing also, they've done a better job, Florida State, rebounding the basketball here late this half. There's the free ball by Mr. Walker, came out of Indianapolis. I mean, they got a variety, a number of guys that can shoot it. They spread it all around, man, whether it be Kofor, whether it's going to be Angola, Walker.
Now they go to the free throw line. There's been a bit of a dedication to that art as well.
They shoot really well on the free throw line during the course of the year. Tell you one thing about Roy Williams, though. He was a traditional guy who believes in two legitimate post players. Yep. He believes in going to the interior, bringing the ball back out. This is a different look. This team has a different look. But there's one common denominator. They still win. He finds a way to win, gets his most out of his personnel. That's why right now he's fourth all-time ACC coach winless, right behind Coach K, Dean Smith, Michelangelo of coaching. His guy, that was his mentor, and Gary Williams. Got another has another great recruiting class coming in next year.
Really? In a shocking development. Really?
No, shocking development. I'll tell you that.
Kobe White. I know you're going to talk about Kobe White. He just put on a phenomenal show in one of those holiday classics in North Carolina. He's on his way to setting all sorts of scoring records.
Yeah, 46. Mr. Johnson right there with that three ball.
Saw that list that Roy Williams is moving up on, the legendary names that are on it.
What he did at Kansas, people don't realize, was amazing. Averaged like 28 a game. Look at the three ball, but nobody's up on him. I mean, where's the defense? They're going to guard people. You got to get up in their faces.
Joel Berry right back at you, misses. I think that was a 2 they credited MJ Walker with, not a 3. But they shoot him like layups.
You can't back away from those shooters. You got to get right up on them, challenge them. A lot of guys play the ball tough. You make 1 or 2 passes, you get people open.
Wide open.
Wide open. Are you kidding me?
Wide open. Kofor can't get it to go.
He was too open. Roy cannot be happy with that defensive effort. It's not going to get any easier as well. They go to Virginia on Saturday.
Tough shot for Theo Pinson. 10-point advantage. 90 seconds to go in the first half. Forrest has sort of been the anti-3-point shooting guy. He's driven. And that time off the foot of Carolina. Hey, Monday, ESPN, everybody knows it. SEC championship game. Basically, Alabama, Georgia college football playoff national championship game. It's presented by AT&T at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Game coverage begins at 8 Eastern time, and it streams live on the ESPN app.
Tell you one kid that better get more credit, doesn't get enough, is the quarterback at Alabama, Hurts. The guy's lost 2 games in his career. One, he lost a game at Auburn, a rivalry game, and then he got beaten in a national championship where he put his team in position to win, and then they came back with Watson and won the game, Clemson. Kid deserves more credit.
Jalen Hurts just wins. So does Alabama, which is why a lot of people, in spite of what we saw from Georgia, say you can't pick against Alabama. Luke May misses, rebound Johnson. He looks to pass, and Williams with an easy bunny.
Tell you, Williams, what a plus player he has become this season. They're not going to go away. You know that. North Carolina's going to make a run. They're not going away.
But they're in danger of giving up over 50 here in the first half. Sure.
Are you kidding me?
51.
He shot that down. Unbelievable. He shot that from Gainesville. I mean, you kidding?
MJ Walker had a big first half against Duke. In the second half, he got lost. He only had a couple of points in 7 minutes of action. 51-40. Angola all over Williams. Nearly a 5-second call.
Playing tough defense right here in this possession.
2 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson blocked. Rebound Pinson. He got fouled. Now, was there a shot clock violation before he got that shot off?
I think there was.
That's what Florida State's saying.
Teddy Valentine going over to look at the monitor with Mr. O'Connell.
Cam Johnson shot that with about 2 seconds to go. It was blocked, and then the question is, did Pinson get it off before it hit zero? Much better defense for Leonard Hamilton.
Has Leonard Hamilton
set.
had that kidney surgery? What do you think, boss?
Nope. Not even close.
Not even close. You're right.
Question was the foul before the zero? If he's fouled, he may have been fouled with 1 on the shot clock.
I'll let you make that call. You got 2 eyes. I got 1.
I'm going to go foul with 1. There's the contact. 1 second right. Still to go. But again, it's really more up to Ted Valentine and Brian O'Connell than it is you and I.
Yeah, I'm feeling theirs counts a little more than ours. What a year. Hey, what about yesterday? Texas Tech beating Kansas. I mean, this might be the year. You know, Kansas got 13 consecutive championships in conference play. The Big 12, you know, before the year I said ACC best conference.
Yeah.
Right now, if you have to reassess it, you may have to say Big 12. The depth of the conference is unbelievable. Shot clock violation, they said. Mr. Valentine.
The whistle came after the shot clock hit zero. So Valentine and Brian O'Connell give it back to Florida State with 5 seconds to go before we send it back to Chris Dallin and Coach Clean for the halftime report.
You don't want to foul right here, but you want to put a little pressure on the ball, make it tough for them to run that ball up the court. Teddy having a little chatter with the fans here.
In the
Teddy
background.
with a smile
That's
on.
right. Teddy Valentine, the official, and some of the Florida State fans engaging in dialogue.
He's going to watch the game. Forget about the fans. He's a workaholic, man.
Here's Walker. They set it up for a 3. Tough one. No foul called either. Most first half points allowed by North Carolina. The previous was 38. They give up 51.
Offensively very efficient. You look at the shooting totals right here. Shooting the 3 ball has been certainly big. Florida State shooting 55%. Very effective.
Half of their field goals come beyond the arc. It's halftime here in Tallahassee. FSU up.
Well, didn't do it against Wake Forest. We're lucky to survive and get that win. But something about this club and Roy Williams, they know how to win.
Especially
this
on the road. Look at the numbers. As you mentioned it earlier, they have won 7 consecutive seasons on the road, plus 500. They've been over 500 7 straight years. Notre Dame and Virginia did it last year. No one else has done it more than 1 year in a row.
7 years in a row. Amazing. Over 60-some%. That's why he's a Hall of Famer. 30th year in coaching. The guy's won and won everywhere he's been. You know what he told me before the game? He looked a little bit nervous. I said, Roy, you're in the Hall of Fame. He said, man, my stomach churns before a game. That's why he's such a great coach, because he's all about the moment. He's not about the history and what they've done in the past. It's about today. And all the great ones are like that.
No doubt. Berry, floater, it goes. Good start. North Carolina looking for their 8th straight win over Florida State. And I mentioned the Seminoles with a 27-game winning streak here on their own floor.
Tell you one thing, they did a great job containing Berry in that first half. I mean, he made a nice little drive right there. I mean, you're not going to hold him the entire game. He's too good and too talented.
Theo Pinson was scoreless. How about the start to the second half for C.J. Walker?
C.J. Walker, you got a lot more playing time.
Fast shot, miss. Good rebound by Williams on the deflection, and maybe a travel they got away with. Now Williams short on the 3. He gets his own rebound. Berry way off.
Had 3 opportunities. Came up empty, 0 for 3. Baseball, we understand 0 for 3, and I know you know baseball inside and out.
0 for 3, you come back and you'll go 1 for 4, you're hitting 250. Here you can't do it when you're down by 12. No panic. The one thing about having a guy like Berry on your team on the road, doesn't matter. Heart beats at a little different rate. Not a lot of panic in this team. Man, lefty, no good. And that time a good box up by Carolina. Rebounding was about even in the first half.
Some people said Mann's their best player when he started the season, but right now they're winning without him really having a big game.
That ball was blocked by Obiagu, who continues to come up with 1 or 2 a game. And that's a foul on Theo Pinson.
They got everybody contribute. The one thing about them, so difficult to scout in terms of to come up with who you're going to contain, who you're going to deal with. You got to deal with all of them. They all can hurt you. There's no one star. Last year you could zero in on Bacon or on Isaac. This club you can't. I really thought when they lost all those guys, the 3 guys that went to the NBA, Florida State, I thought it's going to be totally a rebuilding year.
Tough shot.
Shot selection is so important. That's one great trademark over the years of North Carolina. Understanding what a good shot is.
Mann hasn't been forcing his shot this season, which has been something Florida State has really liked. He was kind of quiet in that Duke game. That's a tough shot by Joel Berry.
He has that driving ability. What, a violation on the backcourt?
No, I think Obiagu may have gotten hit in the eye.
Oh. What a drive right there by Joel Berry. Showing why he was the MVP. Led him to that national championship. Protects the ball really well. Tell you who does that great. Kid at Florida, Chioza.
Yeah.
Oh, does he protect the ball on his drives to the goal? Good solid win for Mike White, beating Texas A&M on the road.
Half of Texas A&M, wasn't it?
Yep. What?
Half of Texas
Yep.
A&M. Good drive there, Brian Angola. We had that discussion last night with Jay Williams and Seth Greenberg about A&M and their players. Let's stay on the court. Let's not get suspended. That's been a problem for Billy Kennedy's crew.
Some players just don't get it, man. Don't understand the opportunity they have. So he gets it. He gets it. He's going to become an All-American this year.
Oh, there's a mistake on the inbounds pass for Florida State.
One thing about North Carolina, they're not going to go away. They're going to keep coming at you, coming at you. Leonard Hamilton knows that. He knows his game is far from being in control. What a gutty guy that guy is. Kidney surgery this morning and working that sideline. Unbelievable.
You ever have a kidney stone?
No, but my buddies have it. They tell me it is the most painful of anything you can have. I don't want any part of it.
He said, I did what I had to be here. North Carolina nearly throws it away, but Theo Pinson able to contain it. Berry. Just like that, Joel Berry's gotten hot.
They contained him in the first half, not contained him here. 3 big baskets by Joel Berry early in this half.
Walker kicks it. Kofor the extra pass, and here's a 3 for Angola. Too strong.
Get a little cold right here, see a little run. This game has been a game of spurts. Oh, that baby was in. That baby was in for Williams.
Well, Luke May had one go around the rim and in, and that one goes down and out. Man saw a lane. He kicks it. Kofor. That's way short. He's been off tonight.
He was challenged on that shot. You got to take unchallenged shots. Oh, nice pass. He got fouled.
Yep.
Oh, did he get fouled?
Luke May plays like a warrior. He looks like a warrior. He's got a gash with that left eye of his.
Tell you, one of the great performances of North Carolina this year was the way they beat a really good Arkansas team. And watch this right now. Good look, transition. You see a little pass, nice little bounce pass, little ball fake, creates the foul opportunity. His dad was a heck of a quarterback at North Carolina.
Luke May only a 62% free throw shooter.
In fact, he was playing golf, his father, with Roy Williams, and said, my son really would like to come to North Carolina. And he came as a walk-on. Came there, he's earned a scholarship big time.
Look at him, looks a little bit like Rocky right now. You get that mouthpiece coming out. An 0 for 2 effort at the free throw line. See if Florida State can refine that stroke from 3.
They're paddling on the offensive boards.
Cam Johnson comes up with it, and Carolina with a chance to move even closer.
They got to stay in front of Berry. He's been really dynamite here starting the second half. Nice pass.
May doesn't miss when he's that close to the basket. He may miss free throws, but not those shots.
Tell you one thing, he's got a nose for the basketball.
Yep.
The Carolina bench a little jubilant now. They feel a little excitement. Uncle Mo has come the way of the Tar Heels.
We had snow earlier, and now Uncle Mo.
Uncle Mo has arrived for the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Angola, good drive.
Great drive.
Kid from
Great
Columbia
drive.
gets it to go.
Great first step. Played at that school, Finley Prep. Played with Nigel Goss Williams down there, former Gonzaga star.
Then he went to Northern Idaho, junior college. His dad passed away, and he wasn't going to go to junior college. His mom and his sisters convinced him to do so. And then Florida State was looking for their best shooter in the country at junior college. He's in Buck Naked, Idaho. Buddy's there, and they went to Buck Naked, Idaho, and they found him.
ESPN's exclusive presentation.
43 of the 51 points for North Carolina have been scored by 3 guys: Luke May, Joel Berry, and Kenny Williams. The second half has been all Berry and May. As a result, Dickie, we got a 7-point game.
Tell you one thing, Joe Berry has stepped up and showed why many people projected him to be an All-American. As you take a look here at the point totals, I mean, when you think about certainly May and you think about Berry, that's a heck of a combination. Those two guys average 35 points a game between them. Defenses focus on them, so they create opportunities for other people because there's better spacing. And they just have that winner's mentality. There's something about having a winner's mentality. I'll tell you one thing, if I was recruiting Carl, I'm finding kids that win. I want kids that know how to win.
And how do you identify that? Just by their record, or how do you know what a winner is?
Well, you watch him play, you watch him perform, watch him at tough times, how he competes. North Carolina, I'm telling you, Uncle Mo is on their side right now. They need a basket big time, Florida State, to stop this run.
11-2 run it is.
They had a 13-point lead in the first half and got away. Then they upped it to 11. And right now, North Carolina scrapped right back in this game.
The question is, when you're not making threes, where do the points come from? We saw Angola drive last time. He's trying it again. He had it picked. Berry's got Johnson. He's a 3-point threat. Can't get it to go. Joel Berry battles. It's out of bounds off of him.
You know, you made a great point right there. When you look right now, and certainly Florida State have been insisting and surviving with the 3-ball. They got to go more drives to that basket. They got guys that can drive. Walker can drive the ball. Forrest can drive the ball. Angola. A lot of good things happen when you attack the rim. Go to the foul line, get key players in foul trouble. It's one thing Roy Williams said in the article I read by Joe Giglio. He said in that article, said, I like to get the ball inside. It forces us to get more opportunities on the free throw line, gets people in foul trouble, and gets good players that have to sit on the bench for the opponent.
Eastern time, ESPN streams live on the ESPN app, and that's the last football game of the year, obviously, and then we get into the big Mondays, but we'll get your thoughts and why you are picking Nick Saban and the Crimson Tide in just a few minutes. Phil Kofer is averaging about 20. He had 28 in that game against Duke, and right now he's got 5 points. They've got to figure out how to get him involved in the offense.
Well, he and also Man's not been involved at all. He's a driver and slasher.
All right, so you picking Alabama, huh?
I like Alabama. They're suffocating defense. I know Chubb is terrific. Offensively, Georgia was brilliant against certainly Oklahoma to win that game. But I'm telling you, the protege will not beat the master. He will not beat the master.
Well, just to be the contrarian as Berry launches, and it is rebounded by Florida State. I go with Georgia. Fell in love with that offense, but Belichick is like Saban. It's really hard to pick against the Patriots. It's really hard to pick against the Crimson Tide. I'll go with Georgia. There's something magical about them this year.
I'm going to give you the magical score. Mr. Saban's going to win. He's going to win that game 24-17. 24-17. There'll be no outbursts like they had against Oklahoma.
They score 17 points in 3 minutes.
And yeah, man, defense is so suffocating, man. Don't believe me? Call up Clemson. Ask them what they thought of that defense. Are we going to go here? I mean, right now, they better lock it up defensively, Florida State, because North Carolina's getting what they want.
Berry, right in the basket to tie the game up at 58.
What a half he's had. He's showing why many people said he was the best guard in the conference. preseason. He had a broken wrist, set him back a little bit, in his hand rather. He's playing now like the All-American. Certain guys just will their teams to win.
Tried to get the ball to Gavin Gelly, 25 the last time down. He walked with it. Angola, we're going to get a foul on the floor. They're going to call it.
You know, let's give credit also. We ripped them about their defensive effort in the first half. They're doing a better job defensively in the second half, and Joe Barry has been absolutely the 3S man here. Super scintillating, sensational.
Brandon Robinson got the foul called on him. He comes out. So does Barry to get a breather with 35 seconds to go before the under 12-minute break. FSU led this thing 56-44. Carolina's gone on a 14-2 run since. Angola, one-on-one, great ball fake. He kicks it. Good defense, and Kofor denied again at the basket.
And he's struggling right now. He can't seem to get a rhythm offensively. I think Roy Williams got to his team a little bit at halftime about defensive effort, because the defensive effort here in the second half is so much better than what we witnessed in that first half.
I wonder if there's any hangover effect. The Wake Forest game for Carolina and the Duke game for Florida State, where Florida State forgot how to score late in that game. You wonder if perhaps that creeps back in, because they haven't scored at all here in the second half.
Well, it was 93-93 in that game, and then Duke took right over at the end of the game.
And Carolina was able to put away Wake in their game.
They went on an 8-zip run at the end of that game. Danny Manning's got some good young kids. He's a quality guy. I'm certain he's going to get Wake Forest back with him along in a couple years. I really do.
How about college basketball and the conference suffers? The Bonzie Colson injury, brutal for Notre. That's terrible.
Terrible injury. He's going to be out about 8 weeks. One of the premier players, certainly a player of the year candidate. Tough loss for Mike Bray and his kids.
Fractured his foot in practice, 8 weeks.
Yeah, most of all, tough break for Bonzie.
Theo Pinson can't find it, but the offensive rebound is up and in, and Sterling Manley makes his presence felt. They get a lead now.
You know, Manley's done a really good job in the minutes that he's played. He's been very active on the glass. That's one of their trademarks, the offensive boards.
Their last lead was 5-4. They finally lead again, and Florida State's home winning streak, 27 games, is in jeopardy.
Let me ask you one question, Carl. How many open looks for threes have you seen here in the second half?
Not many.
Like zero.
Yeah.
Like zero. That's playing defense.
Take a break as Carolina does what it does best, the offensive rebounding. There is probably not at the forefront of his mind, but that's certainly at risk right now, the way North Carolina's defense has turned it up against Florida State. Cincinnati SMU have the longest home court winning streaks. It was in 2016. Georgia Tech, last team to win on this floor. Angola fires a three, too strong, and a big rebound there from Theo Pinson.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, you're not seeing open looks for threes here in the second half.
Kenny Williams misses, and a chance to run. That's the other thing they haven't done. Any points in transition. There's the drive. We got contact. We're going to call a block and a bucket.
Nice little drive. That'll help you offensively. Attack the rim. Attack the rim. Defensive transition's been pretty good by North Carolina.
Yeah.
Not allowing him to get out of transition. He just made his mind up. He was going to the goal.
Watch Jalik Felton turn into it.
Yeah. As soon as he turned his body and moved like that, it was called a block.
I believe his feet were inside that arc as well. Free throw, no good. And a one-point game.
It's amazing how that three ball can change the complexion of a game. First half, the three ball falling, they were in total control of Florida State. Second half, not able to get those threes to go, not getting good looks at the three, and North Carolina right back.
Cam Johnson been very quiet offensively, very good shooter, the graduate transfer from Pitt. Pinson went hard to the basket, and he gets it to go.
He makes big plays. He made a big play in the Wake Forest game when he made a tremendous pass. They were down 69-65, penetrated, created an opportunity for May. Take a look right here. He's going to drive to the basket. He goes in strong and hard, draws contact. Battled injuries last year. Came on strong, though, when he got healthy.
Tell you one thing about the bigs for North Carolina. Sterling Manley with another good interior pass. The bigs are very good passers inside for North Carolina.
You watch his development next year. He's going to be a very good player. Coaching staff there does a great job. You think about Hubert Davis, and Mr. Robinson and company.
Kick it. Here's your wide open three.
Finally got a wide open look. Got a wide open look right there. When they're moving that basketball, there's a lot more confidence right now out of North Carolina. Better rhythm offensively than we saw in that first half.
Pinson, good passer, finds Jaleel Felton. Tough shot. Doesn't get the friendly roll, and it's out of bounds off Carolina.
27 in a row, baby. 27 in a row, as Carl said. The Noles have won here. Haven't lost here since Georgia Tech beat them back there in 2016.
Florida State so good in the first half from three, 1 of 5 here in the second half.
That's 20%. Not going to get it done. I know my math.
Yeah, nailed out.
Used to teach 7th grade math.
Man, hard to the basket, and a good one there for Terrence Mann.
See, that's what he does well. Terrence Mann's been quiet here. Duke contained him as well. He's got to take over again. He's a driving, slashing player.
Felton, he sees it opening.
Oh,
Pinson with a throwdown.
Pinson with the throwdown, but they're created by the penetration. Nobody defensively stopped the basketball to the goal, and then Pinson gets the easy layup.
Give Jaleel Felton credit. He was the one who dropped the dime for him.
He can pass the basketball. He's another guy. You watch him next year.
Man may have got away with an offensive foul. Pinson thought he did. But they call it on Theo Pinson, does Teddy Valentine.
Better not talk too much to Teddy. Teddy will nail him with that tee. Look at that there. Great look. Pinson gets the layup. This fellow with the great dish. Man, he can dish the rock. I love players that are unselfish. Who's making someone else better. Pinson going to the sideline.
4 fouls now on Theo Pinson. Big story in this game with 9:28 to go.
Pinson goes to the sideline. I'll tell you this, Mann's starting to get going a little bit here.
One of the amazing numbers around Theo Pinson's career. He's now in his 100th career game. And North Carolina's 81-18 when he plays.
Not take anything away from him. I got a funny feeling with some of the people they've had. They might be 81-18 if I play. No, seriously. I mean, Pinson's a valuable player.
He's not one of those that does anything great. He does just about everything really well.
Yep.
Berry had it deflected. May retained it, lost it. Oh, what a play!
What a play!
Forrest with the flush.
Oh, what a play! That's great basketball. What instinct!
C.J. Walker went on the ground and he flipped it.
C.J. Walker with a terrific play.
Berry can't silence him, and Forrest has it.
Oh, what a play! That's a highlight film play. I saw a guy make that play years ago by the name of Sherman Douglas at Syracuse.
Does the 3 go? No, way long. Forrest had an opportunity, and the bodies are flying. Williams steps into one. No good. Who's that off of? It'll stay with North Carolina. They'll say it went off of Forrest. Watch the effort by C.J. Walker here.
Watch this here. Lay it on the floor. Unbelievable. Look at the instincts. What instincts to make that play. A terrific play. Highlight film, baby. Not just dunks. Highlight film. The guy laying on the floor, making that pass. Are you kidding me? We're getting paid for this car. Now I know why you went to Pensacola and drove 3 hours to get here. Now I know why Mr. Hamilton has kidney surgery and wants to be here.
Even without the students, this house is rocking as they try to protect that home court winning streak at 27 games. They didn't like that call here. Tough shot, but a good one. And how about Andrew Platek, who's into the game now?
They say Platek that Roy really likes him. He likes him because he makes winning plays. He's all about playing within the team.
And a basket from C.J. Walker.
C.J. Walker making plays. Are you kidding me? Are you serious, C.J.? You can't be serious with that drive. Oh, man. Tallahassee, baby's the place to be for some hoops tonight. There it is, the drive to the goal. Call your friends up, man. Get on the tube.
Watch Platek slid a little late, Dick. That's why they got the foul on 3, and you can see his reaction.
Wow.
Interesting that they're doing it with 2s now. They're not doing it with 3s.
They're doing it with driving. You know, he's a lefty player, and he's going to the right. Tough play to make for a left-hander. He's had some big moments and streaks. Hit 2 big threes. Now he's a cheerleader. He wants the crowd to get in there. He wants to earn that scholarship. He's going to cheer as well. Joe Barry, they better stay in front of this guy. Switching, jump switching on the ball exchange.
Luke May, hard, blocked. Good help by Gavin Gelly.
All of a sudden you see a little swag coming away to the Knowles now. Could Uncle Mo be rotating to the Knowles?
Walker, that time access was denied. And a turnover from Kenny Williams.
Not a good pass at all.
C.J. Walker in the middle of everything. It starts on the ground.
There he is, C.J. with the look from the floor. And there's the jam, the finish, the great pass, the great look. And then we're going to watch C.J. with the drive to the basket. The left-handed going to the right. Wow! Wow!
Number 2, North Dakota State. They met each other last year in the semis. And, of course, the Dukes, the defending champions. You know, I know where you're going. Go ahead.
My boss, Lee Finney.
I know
That's
where you're
his
going.
school.
Yes.
And you know what? I talked to the president. I said, Lee loves James Madison. He said, you know what? When you see Lee, tell him he hasn't donated a dime in the last 10 years. Come on, Lee. You're making big cash now. Help your school out. I'm only kidding. Oh, nice drive.
They're going to call the basket and the foul. Terrence Mann out of the break.
Terrence Mann has done what he does well. Drive the basketball. First half, it was non-existent. He's a driving, slashing player. And there he is, strong to the goal. Physical and taking the ball to the goal as well.
Quickly, 14 points for Mann.
Day of life, maybe, in the conferences is unreal. You see some of the scores coming in, it blows your mind. Vandy had a good win last night over a good Alabama team by 1. I mean, it's unreal. Tell you one thing, SEC and the Big 12 have been dynamite, very deep.
Kentucky will be challenged this year. Berry, tough shot, he faded away. And a good rebound. Gavin Gelly's given him some good minutes.
Gavin Gelly had great inside position. Kentucky's performance against Louisville was at one of the ages. Dominant, dominant. You still got to go through Lexington to win that SEC.
I want to see a fully healthy A&M
nice cut
team.
without the ball.
Man, C.J. Walker buries it.
C.J. Walker's been a stars here tonight. Nice play by Mando, driving the basketball and finding the open shooter.
Lead jumps to 9.
Will the Knowles be denied?
Platek.
7 in a row.
In and out. Good box out by Terrence Mann. And now maybe slow it down a little bit with 6:20 to go.
Tell you one thing, Terrence Mann has stepped up big here in the second half. Platek, normally a very good shooter, even though the numbers don't reflect it, came in with that kind of reputation. That shot was right there.
Mann with Johnson on him. Forrest, no foul call. He thought he got hit by Platek, but he lost it.
C.J. Walker, they're going to find him. Right there, kick it out to him, wide open to left-hander from Indianapolis, Indy.
The game of runs that we saw in the first half continues in the second. Seminoles on an 11-2 run.
You're right, Carl. It's been a game of spurts. They've really contained all of a sudden Joe Barry the last 4 or 5 minutes. He was on fire to start the second half. Luke May's been a little bit quiet here.
Great pass. Berry lays it in. Great pass from Cam Johnson.
You know what's really great? Moving without the ball. Usually a guy like Berry's going to be effective with the ball in his hands. Showed that he's the ability to move without it as well. You get motion, you move without the ball, you're so difficult to defend.
Terrence Mann's been a man at the point oftentimes in the second half. Walker, and they're going to get a foul on Berry, and the two come together.
They have really made an effort to attack the rim off the bounce. Florida State here in the second half. So they showed they could do it with the 3-ball in the first half. Now they show they could do it in the second. Now watch right now the cut without the ball by Joe Berry. Defense is going to stare at the basketball. You're going to see ball you man. There's the cut off the back screen. Wide open layup. Nobody rotated from the help side to close off that drive.
Sophomore C.J. Berry not backing down to the senior Joel Berry. And Walker buries another one.
That was really impressive. Good things happen with good work ethic. I do a motivational tip every morning on my Twitter/DickieV. I throw up a motivational tip about little things. And there was an example right here. C.J. Walker was in this gym working out like crazy by himself. Coach feeding him, doing all kinds of things with the ball, shooting, while everybody else was gone.
CJ's got 18. He and Berry having a good matchup. Now it's Angola on Berry, who picked up his dribble out top. Johnson, step back three. He can do that. Cam Johnson hits a three.
That was his big reputation when he played down there in Pittsburgh. The ability to shoot the ball. He'll be a big plus here for North Carolina as the season moves on. Came off that knee surgery.
Man, in the paint, he had it taken away by Williams. A 3-on-2 and a foul from Angola. Smartly, they probably would have had a layup there.
You know, shot selection right now becomes really pertinent, very vital. Understand what a good shot is. But look at here, Cameron Johnson, he knows he can shoot the three. That's his strength. Great arc, great follow through.
Little Justin Jackson flashback to last year with that shot.
Justin Jackson now down to Sacramento. Those guys leaving earlier found out life in the NBA is a whole different animal. I mean, a lot of those young kids drafted high have been struggle city. Jackson from down here, Kansas, struggling. Jackson, North Carolina. You go to Aaron Fox, struggling. I mean, it's one after Lonzo Ball hasn't been setting it on fire when he's played. He's hurt now.
Williams short on the three, and it's C.J. Walker with a rebound.
He was challenged. Again, I can't emphasize enough understanding what a good shot is and a challenge shot is.
Cam Johnson still getting his legs underneath him. He's only played 3 games. He had some meniscus surgery. And when he's 100%, he's an offensive force. Gavin Gelly, not the shot they wanted.
Now, see, understanding shot selection, understanding strengths and weaknesses of the team. You're right, Carl. Not a good shot. That's why you're a coach, man.
When you can't play, you coach.
And when you can't win as a coach, you become an analyst.
Berry uses his body. Doesn't get it to go, and that's off. Oh, it looked like it went off Manley. The crowd thinks it did. To take another look at that. That ball looked like it went off Sterling Manley's hands, but they're going to give it to Carolina.
Who are they giving that ball to Carolina? They're talking about it. I don't think they're sure right there.
We'll take a timeout.
Sure.
We'll see. Yeah, thanks, Chris. We got a really good one here. Florida State had an 11-point lead at the half, and then we've had a bunch of spurts. 7 lead changes, 4 ties, and we'll see what the last 3:30 bring. Berry,
nice
back cut
again.
Can't get it to go. Johnson had it, and he threw it right to Mann.
Got a terrific cut without the basketball, Berry. Just didn't come up with the score. I'll tell you one thing Florida State's done. They've kept that rebounding margin to a minimal. When you look at North Carolina, they've had a 12.6 advantage rebounding coming into this game. They're only got a +3 here.
Good defense. Forrest can't get it to go, but once again, Terrence Mann Florida State trying to make it 28 straight at home. Carolina looking for their 8th straight win over Florida State.
Terrence Mann has been a man here in the second half.
Oh, Joel Berry, big shot.
Right in the face of the defensive player. Joel Berry, how many big shots has he made in his career? Unbelievable. That was a big one.
We'll get a quick timeout here. We'll take a 30-second timeout as well as we take a look at Joel Berry.
Wow. Nothing but nylon, baby. Nothing but nylon. Oh, gee. We had a good game, man.
Great game. I was asking some of the Carolina folks if Joel Berry has in him what Kemba Walker and Shabazz Napier did, because you wonder where the points are going to come from, and clearly he's the guy late. Can he take them all the way to a title?
Well, you know, I think this club right now has to show me a little bit more on the inside. I think really their inside game is very questionable when you think of the elite teams. You saw the tough time they had with Michigan State.
Yep.
But they're certainly a dangerous basketball team, but I don't think this is a dominant team of some of the great teams that Roy Williams has had.
Trap,
half-court trap.
Angola a little quieter here in the second half. C.J. Walker with 7 on the shot clock.
Trying to show some patience to get a good look.
Angola, who's he going to? Walker, does he do it again? No. But Angola goes up for the rebound, and Berry takes it away.
Angola does a great job to get him the offensive rebound, but then makes a mistake with a bad pass. Pins him back on the floor. Roy Williams coaching his heart out on the sideline. He had a look from up on the top. Look at the rebound. Crowd not happy with the call.
Questionable whether he was fouled or if he just threw it out of bounds. Williams too strong. Luke May went up, but he had it ripped away. They run out and too far.
Bad play. Bad play. You got like right now, here you're in a situation, a little less than 2 minutes to go. You're up right now 4. You got to really protect the basketball. Try to make the spectacular play. No need for that.
Let's hope Saturday at 1, North Carolina, Virginia lives up to it. And then at 8, Marvin Bagley, Duke, NC State. That's our college basketball doubleheader on Saturday. Both games on the ESPN app.
I'll join Bob Wischusen down there. Should be a fun scene down in Charlottesville.
Berry gets it to go. How big has he been down the stretch?
How big has he been in the second half? And doing it in many ways. Cutting without the ball, driving the basketball, shooting the 3. He's a superstar guard on the collegiate level.
Season high 25. Less than 90 to go in a 2-point game.
It's been a great night here, man. It's been a lot of struggle to get here, but it's been really exciting. I tell you, Man's been tough with the basketball, trying to set a screen up for him.
Angola looking for an edge. Good defense by Williams. Kofor can't get it to go. Battle. Angola. Oh, he got fouled and pushed by Cam Johnson. Maybe a little dive, but he got the foul called on Cam Johnson.
I thought it was a good call, Carl. I thought it was a good call. Well, they're battling. Look at this battle. Look at these kids. Play no hearts out, man. Play no hearts. He got fouled right there. There's no doubt about that. He got slammed. I mean, the kid got slammed. Willie Taggart would like to see his players, football-wise, make those kind of plays.
They're going to look at the video to make sure it wasn't a flagrant foul. They send both teams to their respective benches.
Love to see kids battle, compete. No excuse for not competing. You put a uniform on, you play with emotion and passion, and that's what we're doing here.
Did you see anything egregious about it other than the reaction to it?
No, I didn't. I wouldn't call it flagrant here. Chuck Walsh coming over to us here. Chuck does a great job, and Steve Kirshner. So underpaid, all these SIDs. They work 24/7. I would not call it flagrant here, would you?
No.
Come on now. No way would I call it flagrant. But they're trying to get good piece of officiating. Make sure they get it right.
Our official tonight, Teddy Valentine, Bill Covington Jr., and Brian O'Connell.
Three-man huddle right there.
And there's something about it that keeps them going back to the monitor. I think if you look at it closely, unfortunately for Johnson, the elbow seems to come up late. And I don't think it was intentional in any way, but the elbow.
I don't think it was intentional at all.
But watch that left elbow come up a little bit late. I don't believe it was intentional, but right there it kind of flies up.
I think because the way his body was falling.
I agree.
The body angle that he had, he was falling. I don't think the kid was intentional at all.
Just 2 shots.
Yeah, good bit of officiating. I really believe that. Good bit of officiating. Now the free throw becomes big. Good bit of officiating. Official came over to tell us, Mr. Covington.
Yeah, and he said the elbow did not hit, but they did see that elbow. And now you got Angola, a 75% free throw shooter at the stripe to make it a 3-point game.
Got to convert here. You make it 2 possessions. You have to be a mathematical genius to feel that. There's Leonard Hamilton's talking to Mr. Valentine. Not inviting him to dinner right here. Now here's where Joe Barry and May usually are tough down the stretch. 2-man game up front.
Takes it all the way, can't get it to go, and Florida State has the rebound.
Now you got to manage the clock. You got to pull the ball back out, spread the court. Spread the court a little bit. They can foul you. Will it be 28 in a row, Mr. Ravage? Will it be 28 in a row?
Huge possession right here. Cross-court pass. Pinson picks it off.
Terrible pass.
Barry.
Terrible pass.
Got it. It's a 1-point game.
What a three. What a bad pass. That was laid up there. A receiver would love to pick that baby off. Oh, what a bad pass.
And it's Theo Pinson who steps in to Joel Berry, who now has 28 in the game.
2 veteran players. Pinson makes the great steal. There's the kick out. He leads him in assists. And Mr. Berry does what he does best. Score the basketball. Oh, take a look right here. That's a killer right there, man. You had the game under control. And now you're going to fight to survive.
15th turnover. And Joel Berry has got 21 points in the second. I'm telling you, Dick, he practiced having J. League Felton run out at him before the game. He makes more contested threes. It's almost as if he's more comfortable having a dude run at him than he is a wide open 3.
Well, the one thing about him, he knows what pressure is. He performed so well during the NCAA tournament, championship style last year, even the year before to go to the final game. Oh, man, what a steal by Pinson. That ball was laying there. You don't loop a lot past cross court. And Pinson with those long arms, and he knows where to get the ball. What I like about Pinson, he knows where to distribute the basketball. The guys that can make shots.
Want to remind everybody, after Thunder Lakers, SportsCenter SVP, what we learned from the big midseason showdown, the Cavs and Celtics going on ESPN right now. Adrian Wojnarowski-Woj will join the show, talk about who might be dealing and when before the NBA trade deadline, which is about a month away. And Trae Young, you heard the guys in the studio talking about it, his first Bedlam game, Oklahoma State. Josh Rose and Sam Darnold both declaring for the NFL draft as well.
Tell you one thing, he'll create Bedlam, Mr. Young. Adrian's a walking encyclopedia about the NBA. It's unbelievable. Well, Joe, he knows it inside out. All right, here we go now. Protect the basketball is a key. Don't try to do anything too spectacular.
1-point lead, 30 seconds to go, and they try to trap.
Good free throw shooting team when you look at Florida State.
They final Phil Kofer. He's a 70% free throw shooter.
Who has not really played well here tonight. He has not been Kofer style. Not like he did against Duke when he made 6 big threes. These free throws, major, big. Question you got to ask people, will they get their 28th in a row, and will they end a 7-game losing streak against the Tar Heels? A lot at stake here for Florida State.
Kofer's first free throw of the night, no good, not even close.
Wow, it's been that kind of night for him. He's really struggling. Remember now, even if he makes this, the 3-ball can beat you.
That one off as well. Berry has it, and Carolina with 20 to go with a chance.
And you know where the ball's in the hands of the right guy. Right here, Mr. Berry. Spread the court. May likes to lay that screen.
We're going to get a foul on the floor, and they call it on Forrest.
They're not in the bonus, though.
Not yet.
Not in the bonus. Good foul right there. Not in the bonus. 9 seconds to go. This will be a tough loss for Florida State, losing at home after losing that tough game to Duke. They lose this game and go down 0-2. That really will hurt big time.
They had a 7-point lead. It was 79-72 at the 3-minute mark, and then that big turnover.
The big turnover, the steal by Pinson, and the ability to find Berry, who just buries that free. Beautiful arc, great follow through. That play was major.
You do that again, give me the form again, elbow in. There
elbow
you go.
in, follow through, get that rotation.
So what do we do here? Keep it in the hands of Berry, let him drive?
You got to put the ball in Berry's hands, let him make the play. Whether he scores off the drive, find somebody for the shot, but you keep the ball. He's tough to defend, man, and he wants the ball. He's one of those guys that wants the ball at crunch time and knows what to do with it. And you got to watch also, big here, the offensive rebound.
Yep.
Carolina, a great offensive rebounding team, and you got to watch them on the glass, especially Mr. May, who's throwing the ball in bounds. Very dangerous, the guy that throws the ball in bounds.
Duke beat Florida State on a 7-0 run. And a very similar feel tonight. Berry gets it. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Joel Berry, no good. Pinson.
Rebound.
I think Pinson went over the back. They're going to call him over the back on Terrence Mann. Pinson out of the game. That's his 5th foul. They got the shot they wanted from Berry.
Yeah, Berry, we knew was going to take the ball. I was any doubt that he was going to try to attack off the bounce. And there's Pinson trying to get that offensive rebound. A man goes to the foul line.
Good call.
Yeah, really good call. Really good call.
Terrence Mann has had a huge game. 17 points, 9 rebounds.
Remember this, too. 1.7, you can still do some damage.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is, if he converts these, you better put a little pressure on the ball, make him a little tough getting that ball up the court to get a look for a 3.
Teddy Valentine wants Bill Covington to check and make sure the foul was on Terrence Mann, that the right guy is shooting the free throws. And it has been confirmed. So Mann goes to the free throw line.
See, I don't like these delays in the game. I really takes away the rhythm of the game. I could understand using certainly in and out line drive.
No, now a 3 can win the game for Carolina.
I think that delay hurts shooters. Makes you think about it. It's almost like a timeout that ices that shooter. Empty on both.
They call a timeout. 1.5 to go.
Tell you one thing, you better match up with a guy. You don't need a dramatic moment a la Mr. Leitner when they hit that shot against Kentucky.
No, you don't want that, but I'll tell you one thing, they'll work on their free throw shooting. You just had 2 guys, both missed 2 free throws.
That's 4. I mean, you have to be a genius to figure it out. You missed 4 free throws down the stretch. You're putting yourself in a little bit of a jam. And that'll be really, if they lose this game right now on a miracle shot, maybe those 4 free throws come back to haunt you. You took all the strategy you want. You took all the, do this, XO here, XO there, and it's a matter of being at the charity stripe, making some free throws. It's been a lot of fun, Carl. There's been so many of these kind of games and league competition that just started. It's unbelievable, I think, the season we're going to have in college basketball. Berry was sensational, and when it's all said and done, they found a way to win.
After that Duke loss, they needed that win. They talked earlier today about making a statement, letting people know they're for real. This is a good step in that direction. 81-80 the final for our entire crew here. And Dick Vitale, I'm Carl Ravitch. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. So long from Tallahassee.